Talking esports with Neil Malvone, assistant professor, sports management, Caldwell University. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Steve. Appreciate being here.
What is esports?
What is esports? It's gaming. It's the world that we're living in today, where the kids are participating in gaming activities as opposed to traditional sports.
Is esports starting to, why we have 15 and 16-year-olds that was doing this show. They like sports. They love esports.
Yes, there's a combination. Some of them still play traditional sports as well. There's those crossover games like Madden and FIFA where the athletes that play football and soccer will play the games as well. But now that we're seeing a higher level of kids that are just playing games, not playing sports.
So this is an esports management program.
Correct.
One of the first around?
It's the first in New Jersey. There's only 3 in the entire country, and we decided to make an esports business management degree program at Caldwell University.
What is the esports management? What is that as opposed to just esports?
Because we wanted to focus on the business side of it. The studies are telling us that esports will be a $1 billion industry by the end of this year. And so there's opportunities in careers and study similar to business or sport management. We felt that there was a path for esport management as well.
How did you get fascinated by this?
I started with my company, Collegiate Sports Management Group. We started working with some colleges on the competitive side, and then President Blotner at Caldwell.
Nancy Blotner, who is a great fan. P.S. I've been teaching at Caldwell for the last few years on leadership to a group of doctoral students in education. They've been a good friend of ours. But Nancy's leaving,
correct?
Right?
Yes.
And she's stepping down. Very entrepreneurial. She saw the potential here. Is that fair to say?
It was in January of last year. We were at a think tank, and she said, this is something I want to pursue. And by April, we had approval by the state of New Jersey. So she's tremendous. We had great support on campus, and some of our corporate partners helped out with building the arena, including LG, and the students bought into it. It's been fantastic.
Let me ask you this. So the betting piece of this, sports betting, what is the connection between sports betting and esports?
It's a concern in certain levels, especially at the college level. We're looking at it. I teach a sociology of esport course, so we're focusing not only on the positive aspects of sport, but certainly some of the negative influences that can be there. Jersey is a state that allows for legalized betting now, so it is something that we'll be careful to watch. Unfortunately, those online gambling, poker sites became very popular, and so we expect that there's going to be similar to that in esports.
I'm curious about this, Neil. What kind of jobs are we talking about?
Well, that's the interesting thing, Steve. The jobs are plenty. There's events going on. We just had a big event in Queens over the summer, a Fortnite tournament. Thousands of people were there. It was a $3 million prize. So we need people to market those events. We need ticket sales. We need to work on the event process itself, operations. Technology is a big part of it, running the wires, making sure the audience is part of the experience. So you need activation in marketing positions similar to any type of event that you're going to put on. So, and then you throw in the communications piece where
marketing. Promotion.
All of that stuff.
What do you mean the communications piece? How's that different?
Well, because the announcers in esport events are not called announcers or broadcasters. They're called shoutcasters.
They are. Stop it. Hold on. You are not messing with our age-old term broadcasting, are you?
In esports, we are. We're calling them shoutcasters. And there's a training that has to go into that like anything else.
1 second. Are you saying the skill set that I've developed over 30 years, public broadcasting, no place and shoutcasting?
For you, Steve, there's a place. For some other broadcasters, there may not be. But yes, it's a different type of skill set that you have to learn.
Is it louder?
It is louder. It's more engaging because there's action going on. To explain it to somebody watching, it's a lot harder than explaining a pitch in baseball or a punt in football. So you have to be more in tune to the game.
Who are the students? First, gender. Male, female, skew male, what?
The industry skews male, but at Caldwell, we've been very fortunate in our first year that we have a good mix of male and female students that have applied to the program. And on our competitive team, it's about 50-50.
Hold on, what are we looking at right there? Take a look at that video. What are we saying? Male and female?
That's our esports arena, and those are some of our team members participating in a practice session probably a couple of days ago.
I'm curious about this. I often watch, I'm a Yankee fan. We're in the middle of playoffs. I'm not going to say. It'll be seen after. We don't know. Giants, the whole bit, right? Do the games take too long for younger people in general, and esports moves faster?
It is part of it.
I don't want to simplify it,
no, but
my
that-
kids are like, Dad, really? 3 hours?
It's a short attention span. They could play a Fortnite game in 20, 25 minutes, where sometimes it seems that long for a commercial break during a halftime of a football game. So it is a factor. There is a shorter attention span for this generation, so they enjoy these type of activities where they don't have to be focused on something for so long.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in New York, in Brooklyn, and Long Island. Yeah.
Jersey, Brooklyn. You love Jersey more, don't you?
Well, of course, it's where I am now, so that's where my kids are, so that's
But
what I
also,
have to
once in
say.
Brooklyn is a hardcore Brooklyn thing.
That's true.
By the way, I'm fascinated by this whole question of sports and esports. And I've also, without getting on a soapbox, I've seen a whole bunch of folks who are interested in esports but just have no interest in sports. It's not either or.
Right. It's not an either, it could be, but again, for us on campus, it's a way to bring those students who are a little disenfranchised, from the traditional sports into the campus community, which is a big part of why we did this.
Neil, thank you. Say hello to our friends up at Caldwell.
I certainly will. Thanks
Stay
for
right
having
there.
me.
One-on-one, I'm Steve Adubato. This is not e-broadcasting. It's just broadcasting. We'll be right back.
NJM Insurance Company has been serving New Jersey policyholders for more than 100 years. But just who are NJM's policyholders? They're the men and women who teach our children, the public sector employees who maintain our infrastructure, the workers who craft our manufactured goods, and New Jersey's next generation of leaders, the people who make our state a great place to call home. NJM, we've got New Jersey covered.
Also brought to you by the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Johnson & Johnson, Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area, and by New Jersey Sharing Network, dedicated to saving lives through organ and tissue donation.